Hi, this is Donna in the Master Knitting class, Aran Sweater Master Knitting class. I want to show you 3 older books that I have that are really nice in their own little way, and then I'm glad I have them in my collection. This is just a tiny little sweater that someone brought me back as a present when they went to Ireland. The Aran Sweater by Deirdre McQuillan and illustrated by Des Fox. I just love this little book. It's kind of just a story of the Aran Islands and the sheep and wool, and it has beautiful little illustrations in it. It's fun to read, and now that I'm looking at it again and I'm doing my own drawing and illustrations, I need to go through this again and pay more attention to the drawings because they're just simply lovely. And it does explain some of the things that are similar or different to what Alice Starmore decided in her Aran knitting book. So it's interesting to read, different version of that, and someone who did different research and agrees and disagrees with Alice Starmore on a few things. But it's just a lovely little book. It's a gift book, and I'm glad I have it. It's fun to read and beautiful to look at. So no real knitting instructions in it except one tiny pattern in the back. Isn't that cute little fake pattern? But it does have real instructions for making one pattern, and it has illustrations, no photos. So you're sort of not sure what you're making, but if you're brave, you might be able to read it and figure it out like the old Victorian knitting books. This isn't that old, but great little book. It's worth having, even if you'll never make the sweater. This is another older book, Traditional Aran Knitting, Aran Island Knitting by Pam Dawson. It's just a thin, small pattern book, actually, from Search Press. It's got a little bit of the history stuff in it. All the books do. Check out those old spinning wheels, or one old, I don't even know what this is. It's like a pile of spinning wheels. This says it's a multiple spinning wheel. So it's designed to allow 4 spinners to work simultaneously. I have no freaking idea how that would work, but it's interesting. So she's got some basics, basic stitches, and not charted again, and then a few basic sweaters. It's just interesting to see at different times how people put the designs together. I like this design a lot. I like the way the cables are balanced in the I love Trinity stitch or Blackberry stitch that she uses in the center there. Nice schematics, not a lot of sizes because this is an older book and we didn't do a lot of sizes then. But it's a nice book, and then it's got jackets or cardigans in it, so a little bit dated with the style of the neckline, but that's easy to change, and we'll go over that, although I personally love deep V-neck sweaters. So simple, few patterns, and just a different look from a different time period. And then this is interesting because it's an older book by Alice Starmore. It's Fisherman Sweaters. It's not all Aran designs, but it's really interesting. She's got stuff from Norway and different parts of the world. They're not all from the Aran Islands. So it's a look at Fisherman Sweaters altogether, even though she concluded in her other book that they weren't really fisherman sweaters, the Aran sweaters. But I like some of the designs in here, and it's interesting to look at how different they are or similar to the designs that she had in her other book. You can see rich, dense cable designs that are kind of her classic look. So it's a fun book. Probably hard to find. You might be able to find it used. The Aran knitting book, like I said, is in another video, is available in a reprint edition, a new edition. And then this one, if you're into colorwork knitting as well, it does have some colorwork patterns. So those are 3 books that are a little bit older that you might want to check out if you can find a copy.